Welcome to Suburbia Press. I'm William B. Today we're diving into BookingPress, one of the most powerful booking plugins available for WordPress. If you're running a service-based business and looking to streamline your appointment scheduling, this plugin deserves your attention. BookingPress is a comprehensive appointment booking solution designed specifically for WordPress websites. Whether you're running a salon, medical practice, consulting business, or any service that requires scheduling, this plugin offers the tools you need to automate your booking process. Let's explore what makes BookingPress stand out from the other booking solutions. First, the user interface is clean and intuitive. BookingPress offers a modern drag-and-drop form builder that lets you create beautiful booking forms without any coding knowledge. Your clients will appreciate the smooth, responsive booking experience across all devices. Next, let's talk about flexibility. BookingPress supports multiple staff members, services, and locations. You can set up complex availability schedules, define custom time slots, and even manage staff breaks and days off, all from one dashboard. Payment processing is another area where BookingPress shines. It integrates seamlessly with popular payment gateways like PayPal, Stripe, and much more. You can collect full payments upfront, deposits, or even set up payment at the time of service. The notification system is robust too. BookingPress sends automated email and SMS notifications to both you and your clients for bookings, confirmations, reminders, and cancellations. This helps reduce no-shows and keeps everyone on the same page. For businesses with more complex needs, BookingPress offers some impressive advanced features. Google Calendar integration allows for two-way synchronization, so your BookingPress calendar and Google Calendar stay perfectly in sync. This prevents double bookings and helps you manage your schedule from anywhere. This plugin also works beautifully with WooCommerce, which is perfect if you're selling products alongside your services. And for consultants and coaches, the Google Meet integration allows you to automatically generate and share meeting links for virtual appointments. One thing that really sets BookingPress apart is its customization capabilities. You can easily match the booking form to your brand colors, fonts, add custom fields to collect specific information from clients, and even customize the notification emails and confirmations. All right, let's take a look inside. I wanted to give you a little tour of the BookingPress website just to give you an idea of some of the features, some of the add-ons that they have, and we'll take a look at that. You can see that right now I'm recording this at the end of March 2025, and they've got a sale going on. Instead of usually $99, now it's $79. But let's take a look at what we've got. First off, notice there is a free version. That is the light version. And we're going to look at a comparison of the Pro versus the light version. In this demo, I'm going to be looking at the Pro version. So a couple of ideas, what it's good for. And you can see this just kind of going through all sorts of different services. And if you fit in this, that's great. If not, there may be some other services that you provide where you need booking. The thing that comes to mind, and I'll mention this even later on, is the one I use all the time for a service is getting my hair cut. And that's kind of nice because it's a good example of booking because you've got a shop that has business hours. There are different people. There are different services inside. And there are different schedules for the people working there. So as we look at this, we'll find out how do we want to set up based on what your service or business is going to be. One of the things I wanted to point out is you can use your own branding to make your form look the way you want to. And as we go into the setup, I'll show you where you can choose the fonts and colors that'll match your brand. Also, it's really good that they've got notifications. If you're going to have a booking plugin and you get a new booking, you're probably going to be busy doing things. Maybe you're providing a service. You want something that's going to tell you, hey, a new booking came in. So they've got email notifications, WhatsApp, and SMS. Those are pretty good. I'm a fan of sites that have Slack or Telegram integration as well. I don't see that here, but honestly, this is good enough. If I get an email and I get a text message, that really helps me out. Personally, I don't use WhatsApp. A lot of people do, so that's a good one to have in there. Let's take a look at some of the other features. Team management. So in other words, if you've got a team of people working with you, this will work whether it's just for you as a solo entrepreneur or if you're working with a team. So that's very good. You can synchronize your calendars, and they've got Google, Outlook, and I don't see mention of Apple's calendar over here. We'll take a look at that. This is helpful if you've got a package of services. So that way, again, let's go back to my haircut example. Maybe I want to get a haircut and a shave, so that could be a package. Maybe there are other services that they offer as well. It could be something as simple as trimming your eyebrows or different types of haircuts. Maybe you want a haircut and then you want a fade that goes with it. Well, okay, that's a different service, but you can package these things together. And as you would expect, you want to see some reports that kind of give you a good analytics dashboard. We're going to take a look at that inside. Let me scroll down to the additional features, and these are kind of nice as well. You can see that they've really gone through and thought this product out as far as the things that they offer. So one of the things I really like is buffer times. You may need a certain amount of shutdown and startup time between appointments. Again, I go back to the haircut. So if I've got a haircut schedule, what happens when one client ends and another one begins? Well, I need a little bit of buffer time so I can clean up from the previous client, make sure that they're all satisfied, happy, and out on the way, get the station prepared, and then the next client comes in. So that's pretty good. I think that the GDPR and HIPAA compliant is something that we should probably expect from all plugins these days. One-click updates are nice. And if you're a developer, you can do a lot of work on that. We're not going to go into the developer options here, quite honestly, because I haven't written code in more than 20 years. But that's kind of nice to know that this is really flexible and gives you a lot of opportunities to customize it using the developer settings. As far as accepting payments, you can take a look over here. That is probably one of the longest lists I've seen in quite a while. In my case, I'm looking for either PayPal Pro or PayPal as something. Square is good, and Stripe is kind of like my go-to. Some of these I also know, like WooCommerce. Others I don't know as well. I've heard of Razorpay and Braintree, and Authorize.net is a really old one. I probably wouldn't use that anymore. But I don't really know PayFast or Skrill. So there's a few on here I know, some of them I don't know, but that just means that wherever you are, there is an option for you. You don't have to set up all of these, but it's nice that if you've already got a relationship with one of them, like I have with Stripe, or if I have with PayPal, then you can go ahead and start doing business right away. They do have some premium add-ons, and depending on their license, you may get some of these included. There are a lot of add-ons that really extend this service. So you can see some of them over here, whether you're going to offer discounts, your staff members, some kind of extras. Do you have multiple locations, multiple services? Are you collecting taxes? And those are things that are really good. I like this one for happy hour pricing. I don't know that I've ever been to something where I've booked somebody that had happy hour pricing. I wonder if you can book your own bartender someplace, but that's an idea. Integrations are always incredibly important, so they can integrate with MailChimp, Aweber, Zoom meetings, WhatsApp, Google Meet, Zapier. And Zapier is really kind of like your service that's going to help you integrate with other things that don't have a native integration with this. So since this integrates with Zapier, you can use that to integrate. Let's say that you don't use MailChimp, you use a different mail service. That's okay. If it also integrates with Zapier, you can get things that will work with them. If you're someone who likes to build in WordPress using different builders, I'm a fan of Gutenberg or the WordPress blocks. Also, Elementor and WP Bakery page builders are supported. And you can see that there's just a lot of different things that people love them. So Kinsta is a WordPress hosting. Astra is a WordPress theme, the most popular theme as far as I remember. And you can see there's just a few things down there. And of course, they have their testimonials. And of course, their frequently asked questions. This one I really do like, though, the 24/7 real-time support. If you're working with something on weekends, holidays, off hours, it's nice to be able to have dedicated help desk when you're needing help. They've got video tutorials, they have a live chat, and of course, they've got their dedicated help desk. So that is just really wonderful and important. As I mentioned, they have a free version of the BookingPress Lite versus the Premium. You may be wondering, do I need to get the Premium? Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. In my case, I think it's worth getting the Premium, but let's just take a quick look down here. And what we're really looking for are the places where there's this little X that tells you that these things are not available in the Lite version. So staff ratings and reviews, to me, that's something that's very important. A staff panel with individual employee accounts. Again, if you've got multiple staff, I think that's something that you need to have happen. Multi-language add-ons. Depends on your business. If you need to support multiple languages, again, you may have services you provide to people. I'm in Florida, so English and Spanish are both very popular here. That might be something that you want to consider. Now we're getting down to a place where there are a lot of features that are simply not available in the light version. So extra services, invoices, taxes, payments, buffer time, all of these things that we were just talking about are not available in the free version. So if you want to have coupon codes, advanced discount, a customer panel where they can log in and take care of their own things, happy hours pricing, a waiting list, all of those things are going to require the pro version. And honestly, I think that this is really worth the money, particularly when you see how extensible this is. So if you're going to have your payment options, you can do PayPal and pay on site with the free version. If you want to use Stripe, which is, again, what I'm using, then you're going to need the pro version. And any of these other checkouts are also going to require the pro version. The integrations with other things, again, require the pro version. So WooCommerce, Google Calendar, MailChimp, OmniSend, Aweber for your email systems, even Zapier, those are going to require the paid version. And my thought is, if you want to test with the free version, that's fine. But if you want to do business, I believe that the pro version is really what you need, particularly if you need support. And let's face it, with anything you're doing for your business, you want to have support. All right, we talked about add-ons briefly, and basically add-ons allow you to extend the functionality of BookingPress at no extra cost. So you've got all sorts of add-ons, taxes, invoices, carts, and I'm not going to read all of these off to you. I just wanted to point out that there are a number of things that you can put on here that will help you customize the system that you put together. Now, you'll notice that some of them will have a little asterisk after it, and this goes back to when we were looking at what's available in the light version, I believe, versus the paid version. So I can recognize happy hour pricing and location were definitely required the paid version, and I may be wrong about what the asterisk is for. Let's go ahead and click on one. All right, so since we had an asterisk with this one, the gift card add-on plan, this is included with. So I have the standard one, so I don't get the gift card add-on, but it is included with a professional plan or the enterprise plan. We mentioned the payment gateways. So you can see, again, there's plenty of the payment gateways there. We talked about integrations. It'll show you the various integrations that we have. And there it is down here. So one asterisk included in the professional enterprise plans only, two asterisks included in the enterprise plan only. So if you're like me, I'm working alone, I've got the standard plan, I don't have the items or the add-ons that are noted with either of these. If you get the professional plan, then you're going to get some of these things that are included. Let's take a look at pricing. All right, so here's what we've got for pricing. The free plan, of course, free. The standard plan, which is what I'm using, $79 a year right now, saves 20%. Use it on one site. Unlimited appointments, you can customize it. But as we mentioned, you don't get some of the add-ons. The professional plan, normally $199, now is $129. You can use this on up to 3 sites. And you get some of the same features, but then you also get a few more things. So you can see down here, location, happy hours, and some other services that are added on. And then, of course, the enterprise plan, $249 a year, normally $499. So you're basically saving 50% if you get this. You can use this on up to 20 sites. And that might be important if you have a business with multiple locations. So whether you want 3 sites or 20 sites, if you have multiple locations and you have a website for each of those locations, or maybe you're an agency consultant and you're selling this as a service to other businesses, then you're going to need a license for each of their sites. So you get a number of things. And now we come down here for the enterprise plan, you get the point of sale add-on for Stripe. And that's something they've got new. So that's something you get only with the enterprise plan. They do have a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can try this out. I would probably start with the light plan, try that out first. Then I would go ahead and pay for the plan that you want. And if you're still not sure, know that you've got 14 days from the moment that you pay. So start with the light plan if you're going to just do some testing. But when you're ready to go ahead and pay for it. and know that you've got 2 weeks to really make certain that everything is just the way you want. I want to show you a demonstration of what the form looks like. And to do that, I'm actually going to use one of the demo pages on the BookingPress website. And then we'll take a look at the back end about how some of this comes together. So you can see that this one is about a salon, and there's all sorts of information over here. So let's go ahead and click down to book appointment, and we come right to this section. This is kind of the way, like I said, if I'm going for a haircut, that I would like it to work. I want to select who's going to cut my hair first rather than what service I want, because then you don't know who's available when. We'll take a look at some of these people. So if I look at Claire, these are the services that she offers. We go back. Let's say I look at Jack. Well, Jack does hair color, he does beards, and he does hair care, but he doesn't do haircuts. So this is why I like, for this particular type of business, I like being able to see somebody who can do what I want done. So Jordan, does curls, and I don't get that, but that's okay. So we know that depending on who you get different services. So let's go back to Claire, and I'm just going to do a fade haircut. And then you get this offer. Do you want to add on something? Do you want the hair wash before or after? Do you want your face washed? And you can just add those on. In this case, I don't think you'd probably be clicking up to get 2 or 3 hair washes, but that's okay. The idea is you just check here. It adds $3 on. It tells you it takes 5 minutes. And then maybe you've got, multiple people for a service that you're doing. But if you don't want anything, you can just go ahead and continue. And then you choose the date and time. All right, so here I am. I'm on March 31st. And let's say that I want to go on Wednesday. And these are the available times that Claire has. So I can just say, I'm going to go at lunchtime. And this is what I've got. There's my haircut. There's my time schedule. And my cart total is $3, a cheap haircut. Then you fill out your details. So you've got your name over here, customer 1, and so forth. You put in your phone number. And for some reason, they're asking if you're male or female or something else. But then you just go into your summary, and it looks like this. This is got your options for payments. If you have a package or something, you could redeem that. If you have a coupon code, you could redeem that. I think it's a very nice layout. It walks the customer through the booking process. It gives you options for upsells. This is really just a nice setup. I like it very much. I think that they've been able to incorporate graphics and things to make certain that they're communicating through the process how it works. You can see it here step by step. And as far as booking an appointment, this is one of the better services that I've seen. Let's go ahead and click on Book Appointment. And all right, it's complaining I didn't select a payment. So that's good. Let's go ahead, say pay locally, and then book appointment. And then there is your success message. Think about this also. Depending on what you're providing for booking, you may have people that don't want to pay until they get there. So for example, if they cancel, they don't want to have to worry about a refund. And quite honestly, maybe you don't either, because you take a cut for the processing service when you accept a payment. Well, if you have to refund it, then there's another cut of the value that you have to send back. So you end up losing money accepting a payment and refunding a payment. So that's just something to think about. And then down here, you see where you can download and add to Google Calendar, Yahoo, Outlook, or there's the Apple Calendar. I was wondering about that earlier. So that is just really a nice booking process. That gives you an idea of what you can do with BookingPress. Once you get past your initial wizard setup, I wanted to show you what it looks like inside of your BookingPress dashboard and all the services. So we're going to take a look at a number of these things down here. As a matter of fact, there's too many for me to show in one video. This is really an introductory video rather than a tutorial. But there are a couple things I found that I want to point out. One of them is about collecting payments. That is, when you start off with your form, you're going to have the options for, pay on site or PayPal. And although I have a standard license where there are more options for payments, they don't exist until you come to your add-ons. And then you click the add-ons to put in there. So for example, let's take a look for where is the options for Stripe. So we come down here to payment gateways and it'll say get, and then it'll show you a license key for your access passes. And so I've got standard edition, and then it says view your downloads. So in other words, all of these different little add-ons are downloads that you can get. So it'll show you your licenses, and then it'll show you where you can download. So if I want to download something for Stripe, okay, so here I am. I'm on page 5 of the downloads. That's where the Stripe payment gateway is. If I have one complaint, it is getting access to the downloads because it's not in alphabetical order and there is no search function that I see. So in other words, I'm getting my downloads. I don't know where Stripe is because, like to checkout, that you would think starting with the number 2 or authorize, these would be on the first page. If it were in alphabetical order, it's not. Stripe is last and it's even behind WooCommerce. So there are things in different pages. I've got 5 pages to go through to find what I'm looking for. So now I can click this and I can download this as a plugin, and then I have to install that. I don't have a problem with it being a plugin. I don't have a problem installing it, but it would be nice if this were faster to find. It would be even nicer if there were a way that within your WordPress dashboard, it would show you a way to automatically install the plugin that you need for the service that you want. So it's there, it's usable. It's probably something that would have a better way of getting to your downloads. All right, so we talked about, getting these things. Let's go back up to our dashboard. And you'll see we have options either along the top over here or down through the side. So we can take a look at our calendar. You can manually add an appointment. You can have different calendar views, depending on how you want to do it. You can see what appointments you may have already and manage them. And of course, you can add a new one. You can share the URL to manage the appointments. Your payments will show you the payments that you should have received by now, so there are no records. And if you need to search, based on a customer or based on a service, which we haven't set up yet, or you want to declare what payment status it is, you can do that. Let's say we can take a look at your customer list. And again, you can add a new customer and search for the ones that you already have. Services, this is where you're going to add in what are the services that you have and what categories are they going to be in. So we'll click on Manage Categories. Let's say that we want to add one for consultation. And let's bring that back, like initial. Because there may be different types of consultations. So your initial consultation, if you're a consultant, might be the first time that you're speaking with somebody. You may have a different rate for that than what you are doing for somebody else. So that's just a quick and easy thing to do. We'll close that out. So now I can add a category, initial consultation, service name, add a new one. So we upload a logo. You can put in a service name here, what it's going to be. And you may have a category, obviously, that should have multiple services within it. You can select your price, how long it's going to take, any buffer time that you need, and the dates that you're going to have this. So there may be a start or an expiry date for the service. You can say inherit this from your general settings as far as like the minimum time required, the maximum, not maximum, the minimum time required before booking. In other words, if you need time to set up before somebody can book, the time required before scheduling and the time required before canceling. In other words, if someone's 5 minutes to your appointment and then they cancel, well, that puts you in a bad position because you've spent time setting up and getting ready for them. You may want to say that, well, I'm sorry, you can't cancel just 5 minutes before. Maybe you've got to give a day's notice. Maybe you got to give several hours notice. So those are things that you can set. And then when you're done, just go ahead and click Save. Price. You want to talk to me? $200. You can put up some logos over there. So let's say I put up my Suburbia Press logo. And I've got that right up here now. So 30 minutes, one Buffer time, let's say I need 5 minutes. And afterwards, I need 10 minutes. And then let's just save that. So now we've got our services. If you're going to have any discounts, you can put that over there. You can have your reports available to you here. And that's actually kind of nice. It shows you your appointment reports, your revenue, and your customers. Over here on Customize, this is where you can start building your forms. So you've got a booking form and a customer panel. And as you can see that we've got, some examples over here. What are the services? You can change the colors per form. And these are the steps you're going to go through. What's the service, the date and time, basic details. So as you go through all of these things, it'll give you the options. And of course, you've got the different tabs and label settings. You can change that over here. And then your summary, as we saw this on the demo, that's what it looks like. And then your payment. I did not install the Stripe, so that's why I've got Pay Locally or PayPal. So that just really walks you through what these things are going to be. You can show or hide the service description. You can select all as a default category, which would be up here. You've got a number of options of how you want to do this. You can enable a search box, which honestly I would recommend. And then you can have this on a page that it builds, or you can put it on an external page. So you've got a number of options when it comes to building your booking form. And then the same thing over here on your customer panel. That way they can see, what the bookings are for. So under More, you can see Settings, Notifications, and Add-ons. So let's go to Notifications quickly. And then you've got these different types of default notifications, on approval, pending, rejection, cancellation, rescheduled. If you want to share the appointment URL and refund a payment, all of these things, you can go ahead and put in whatever it is that you want to put in the message. Now, they've got a very basic one, but you notice that there are some codes over here, like customer first name and then customer last name. And then there's a break. So you've got places over here where you can insert what this is going to be. So you've got text that says, you should expect refund of your original payment method within 3 to 5 working days. Then you can build your signature off of, your company information. You can show them details of their appointment. It's very well thought out, I think. And then, of course, there are some HTML tags that are down here. So like, for example, the break shows up here. If you want to do something bold or have headline 1, headline 2. And it'll give you a tip down here. No, please add a break in an email message to add a new line. So in other words, this editor in text is going to look like that. But if you go over here to the visual editor, then you can just simply put this the way that you want to. So if you want to add a break, you just type that. You don't have to do things in the text editor. So it's much easier, in my view, to do this in the visual editor. And then if you want to insert something over here, and let's say that we talk about your appointment, I'm just going to highlight this, copy it, and I'll put that here. And then we'll put in the appointment time. I just want to put a space, and I'll put it there. And then that way, we've got it so they can see what their appointment date and appointment time was. Or, even better, appointment date and time. So instead of having to build it like that, they've got short codes that you can just put it all in one thing. The idea of all of these things in here is just to kind of make it really simple and easy for you, and just put in the information that you want to share that comes from the system. When you're done, just go ahead and save that. You get your success notice. And that is kind of what I wanted to show you on the back end. There are tons and tons of features in here. So you've seen what it can do, how it does it with a demonstration. We've shown you a little bit on the back end. As I said, there's just so much to show. This video would probably go on for hours if I tried to go through a tutorial of each one of the things. The idea is to give you some notion of what BookingPress can do. All right, I wanted to show you a little bit about the cron job. Now, this is going to vary depending upon where you're getting your service set up, where you have your service. I am on xCloud. I'll post a link to that below. I'm very happy with this. So I'm doing this on my demo site. Now notice I've got servers and sites. I'm not going to my server for this. I'm going to the site, and that's where I'm going to set up, or at least show you where I have set up my cron. So out of all this stuff, I'm going to go down here to site settings, and you'll see over here you have an option with WP cron and xCloud cron. So I got that error message because I do not have the WP cron enabled. I've got my servers, or excuse me, my host's xCloud cron going, and I've got this going for every 5 minutes. You can change this. You can make it every minute, every 5 minutes, and so off. You can do it random, which I don't think you'd probably want to do. In my case, I've been happy with doing this every 5 minutes. We'll take a good look at how that works for the BookingPress plugin. But this is why I got that message, because I've chosen to use this cron job rather than the WordPress cron job. And that's just what I do, what I recommend. Your server may be different depending on your hosting, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like for my system inside of xCloud. All right, so there you have it. BookingPress offers a powerful yet user-friendly solution for service-based businesses looking to streamline their booking process. The combination of flexibility, customization options, and integration capabilities makes it worth considering for any WordPress site that offers appointments or bookings. Since this is a very comprehensive plugin, it is also heavier than some competitors. Make sure that you have a VPS or dedicated server with sufficient resources, not a shared hosting plan. Drop any questions you have about BookingPress in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.